Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good to have you back for this Friday afternoon as we close out our week of trading. Bit of a mixed bag this morning. We did get that nice rally towards the end, though. I'm doing 11:30 to 12 o'clock time frame. You can see it here, roughly 11:30, all the way up until we got off right when our session ended. That was a nice run there. The leg before that wasn't bad either, coming from around 10:30 up until around 11:15. We'll see if this afternoon if we get the indices to be in sync, where it's a bit easier to predict where price is going. El Jefe, Brian, Drupka, and Deborah. Good afternoon. All right, let's move over to the 5 minute. See anything on the 1 minute that's worth looking at the moment? We'll go ahead and shift out these indicators for the macro. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and measure and see how far we've retraced so far. Okay, so we've now tapped equilibrium a couple times, 1250 candle as well as the 1 o'clock candle. So we'll see, and it's also at the same area as the 8:30 open. So we'll look and see how far lower price wants to push or whether it can find support here to go higher. We also recognize that we do have the three drives pattern, so we may see this run up come to an end. So if we see this level break first down at 975, then we know we're most likely done with bullish movement at this moment. However, if we do push higher and we see the 20,070 level fall, then of course, obviously we're going higher. Hey, JR, what's up? We have already seen sort of our TGIF setup. So we're not looking for a TGIF setup unless we make a new low. New low would be down at 904, I believe. Yep, 904 flat. So anything less than that, then we may look for another TGIF setup. Outside of that, the TGIF setup has already pretty much delivered its 20%, which was right around 90, 95 handles. Um, and at the low at 904, we would have been looking basically at getting back to 20,000 flat, which is right here. So we reached that level at 10:15 this morning. It even pushed a little higher. So we're not really looking for a TGIF setup today. We got about 20 minutes before we have our lunch levels, high and low, but I'm gonna go ahead and mark them up now, and we'll just adjust if anything happens between now and 1:30, where we want to move it to a higher level or so. But I do want to have it on the screen just so we know what we're looking at. Okay. So for now, this is our low. EDB, what's up? Uh, I want to say, El Jefe, I want to say the London high is probable today, especially if the New York low stays open. But I would think one of them would not be traded to. So either the New York low stays there or the London high stays. Just depends on if we're bullish or bearish for this afternoon. Hey, Miss Goody. I still have the two that I passed already, Miss Kitty. That's the only two I have. I haven't gotten any new ones. But yeah, don't worry about being super busy. I understand a lot of people are busy, and not only busy, not everyone has the mornings and afternoons free to sit here and watch the charts like this. Most people have day jobs. I have mine are 250s. Yeah, this is true. This is true. It didn't respect the breaker, not at all. I do realize we have this whole area down here. But when it traded back up before it even confirmed the breaker, we did get a retracement to where this area got balanced. So there really shouldn't have been a need to come back down, especially not this far. So it's the way price action has been this week. It's definitely not been respecting breakers in the normal fashion. Um, and for that reason, that's why I have been pretty much sitting on my hands today, not wanting to push the button, not wanting to push things any further until I see that the indices are back in sync. And right now, S&P and Nasdaq are in sync as they've been, but for whatever reason, we can't get the Dow on board. Yep. So I'm here. Well, we'll take it, hour by hour, but we'll see how things go. This opening hour here, and then heading into 2 o'clock. But if things don't improve, then we may have an abbreviated session today. All right, so we took out the lunch low, but we'll reposition it at 1:30. So we took out what was the 12 to 1 o'clock, but we'll remeasure the low at 1:30. We can take Monday's low. Absolutely. That's the weekly low. So if we take the weekly low, then obviously we have a bearish weekly candle. Um, and yep, that's well within, and it's within range too. It's only at 904. So uh, only talking 75 handles, which pretty easy to do in an hour. Just look at the weekly profile and see what that candle would look like. Okay, we just have a large wick to the upside to trade back into early next week for a continued move down. So if price wants to have sustained bearish momentum, then yeah, it could absolutely take the Monday low, close lower, open up next week, trade a little bit higher into the weekly wick, sell off again, and start attacking those lows down by 19,000 flat. That's also where our last weekly bullish breaker is. So it will just tap right back into that. The bullish breaker is at 18,975. So if we see a couple weeks of bearish activity, then that's most likely where it's going. And then we can, once it gets there, we can look to see if it's going to turn back bullish or if it will continue lower. Stretch this 1 hour breaker across. Put it back on 15 minutes. Okay, so now it is past 1:30, so we do have our proper lunch high and low. Now we'll see exactly where price trades to and which pools of liquidity gets grabbed, and then how price reacts at that moment. Aaron, what's up? Good afternoon. All right, there's a lunch low. Lunch low went first. So we got sell side liquidity first. Now, the key is to see how does price react now that that's happened. Does it continue to push lower? Do we see a concerted effort to push the other direction? plan towards the end of the 3 drives pattern that I displayed earlier at the start of the session. We had sort of the 3 drives, and then I think we were like right around here, or maybe we were here. So we swept this low, and we didn't take this low. We got close, but we didn't. And then obviously we had the one at the New York low at the bottom. For those who are not familiar, this is what they refer to as trend line liquidity. So these lows make a trend line. Once everyone starts putting their stops there, then price action will come and just run the stops one by one. Pull this one. Anyone who had theirs down here, pull that one next. Mm-mm. All right, see if price can get above these equal highs here into this bearish fair value gap here. %78 retracement is where we landed. All right, that's a 5-minute bearish breaker from this morning. About 2 o'clock this morning, we first saw the first move from London. Traded right back to it just before lunch, which ultimately seems to be our high of the morning. And then we've been pushing lower ever since. But we'll see where price wants to go from here, whether it's finding a floor or this is just kind of a resting period before it continues. All right, now that we're in the macro, 150 to 210. Let's look and see where price goes from here. $11.20 to 11.30 on Thomas. Is that on the 5-minute? Okay, 5-minute time frame. Let me look. Yeah, you can. You can consider that. You can. It's a large range though, so I would probably, and since we've been in this range for a while, what I would do is to look at the same level, same area, and look to the left and look and see if there was something else that was created in the same space earlier. So I'll show you what I mean. So, I mean, I did see the one that you're talking about just 15 minutes ago, and I was wondering if I should use it. And it's these 3 candles here where we traded higher and then we traded lower and closed. So now he's looking for a return here and then lower. So he wants this to be the breaker right here, right? And that's fine, but the breaker is from 041 down to 978, so 60 handles, 60 handle breaker. So I would look for something smaller if I could that was in that same area that was also bearish. Um, so, um, so what I would do is, especially since we've been ranging, we've been in this range for a while, right? There are some other areas you can probably use. Um, and so for me, the one that looks most probable is probably something here. You know what, Thomas? That might be the best one. At first, I was thinking that we could have used this one here, but maybe not. Maybe that is the best one to use for now. Hmm. Maybe this one, but probably not. Oops. Yeah, actually, yeah, that might be the most recent one that we can use if you want to use for this area. So, yeah. Yeah, because using any of these other ones over here got invalidated with this candle. This one here. So yeah, if you want to use one from where you are now, but that's a large range, so just consider that. But yeah, this would be your bearish breaker. That would be it. Sitting on top of some bullish breakers, but yeah, if you were believing in shorts in that moment, then that would be your breaker. Yep. Hello, Young. What's up? Good afternoon. Yep. Yeah, Thomas, I thought I could find one that was a little smaller and one that was already a bit more established, but no, that was if you're looking bearish, that's the closest and best one. All right, fair value gap. What's up? All right, let's watch the 1 minute for just a bit while we're in the macro. And we had a bullish one confirmed. Let's see if it'll hold for us. Right, it's 2 o'clock now. Crossed over into the silver bullet hour. It is a bullish breaker, but we're at the very lower extremities of it, so I'm not sure it's going to hold or not. Yeah, the easiest, Ryan, the easy way to tell is start on the left side and then look and see what the range is, which candles are included in the low to the high range, and then go from there. I know it's pretty close to what a bearish breaker would have been. A bearish breaker, we would have extended from here down, but then we never got a break above. But we got the break below first, so a bearish breaker would have been like this, and it still wouldn't be confirmed yet. is a series of candles before the order block, the leg that broke the structure. Yeah, this is true, but not all breakers have to break structure. It's a thing. Sometimes you'll have a breaker that's a continuation. Um, but I'm not sure what that was for. It's a big range. Since that comment came right after Thomas asked the question, where we were talking about the 5 minute, Thomas asked, so I'll tell you the question he asked. He asked me, was this series of 3 down candles the breaker? And I told him yes. And so that would essentially be, this is the low and this is the high. So it'll be this entire range in between those two. So I'm not sure if Malad's comment was in response to what I was talking to Thomas about or not. But we did trade higher than this swing high. And then we came all the way back down and traded lower than this swing low. So technically breaking structure, closing below. Got it. Okay. Let's get back down to the 1. Price is still sitting inside of this 1 minute structure here. Now, 1 minute structure is not usually as strong, nearly as strong as any of the other time frames that are higher. So if you do have a breaker on a 1 minute, just understand that it has a higher failure rate than a 15-minute breaker, for instance. And in this case, we've been sitting in here now for almost 7 or 8 candles. And on the lower end of it, so we have our middle point here, and we've been on the bottom edge of it. So my guess is we're going to trade lower. So this is probably not going to hold up as a bullish breaker. Yeah. But one thing I do like to do is once price trades below and it closes below, like on this candle, this 1404 candle, it closed below the breaker. So now I don't want to use this breaker unless we trade back higher and we get a close above again, reconfirming it again as the breaker. So I like what we're doing now. I want to see it first trade past 50%. And then once that happens, I want to see it trade above and close and confirm this breaker once again as one that we can use for bullish momentum. Good to see that this inversion held so far. Um, Brian, I am not in a position right now. I'm still just watching price and looking to see what it wants to do, whether it confirms an entry model or not. And right now, it hasn't confirmed anything for me. It made a bullish breaker, but it's looking like it's going to violate it. So I'm not trusting it. In fact, I'm going to move back up to the 5 minute, and we're no longer in the macro. So I'm just going to remove the 1 minute there altogether. Now on the 1 hour time frame, we are inside of a bullish breaker. A bullish breaker that was confirmed here at 1150. But ever since then, price has just traded to the lower end of it. So that's pretty much how price has been going, at least on the bullish setups for the last couple of days. So it's showing that it's still heavily bearish, even though it's not pushing lower either. Right, we've been in this same range here since yesterday lunchtime. We pushed down at 1300, pushed a little bit higher, and during after hours traded lower during London, and now we just traded sideways the morning session. And as far as this bullish leg is concerned, we have retraced 78%. So I'll put that back up. 78% right here at 19,947. So we traded to the lower end of the optimal trade entry, started pushing higher, and we'll see how far we get. Even here on the 5 minute, we had a bullish breaker confirmed. We had a low here to a high there, pushed lower, came back higher, closed, traded back inside, didn't hold. Granted, we do have this entire area that it could go to balance, but this price, since it traded up and down, this price was already balanced. There was no need to come back down. And so it's just letting me know that it's not as bullish as I want it to be. Yep, it's a good point, Malad. We're also in a 5 minute bearish setup situation. We got a 5 minute at the top, which is where everything sold off from. And then we have this situation here that generated itself and just confirmed itself just recently. Got confirmed here on these candle pushes downwards right here, these two, which was 115 and 120. So we got price trying to push up through a bearish situation inside of the overall hourly bullish. So it's just, that's what happens when you have consolidating price. You're going to get bullish and bearish entry models that will present themselves in the exact same position. So for me, I'd rather just sit on the sideline for this. We have the lunch high that hasn't been traded to, and we have the London high hasn't been traded to. And on the lower end, we just have the New York low. 1 minute fair value gap solid. Are you speaking about one in particular? Which one are you speaking about, Thomas? $14.15. Let me put a Fibonacci on this. Give me a second. It's in the premium section of the price leg, so I wouldn't say it's extremely solid. I would say the one that's more solid would be the 211, since it's in discount. If you're thinking bullish, I would say the one at 211 is more solid. Now, but we already had a push to, looks like 50% of that fair value gap, and price is already pushing higher, so it may actually be solid. But just in general, looking at that fair value gap, I wouldn't have selected it as being really solid for a continuation. Looks like it's going to work out. So if you're already in the position, looks like you are safe, at least for now. But it's making equal highs right now. So if it makes equal highs, the next move is going to be a trade back to the fair value gap before taking equal highs. All right, staying corrected. Looks like it's just going to go straight for them. But usually that's what happens. If you have equal highs, equal lows, price will then trade the opposite direction to a fair value gap and then come back. Yep, so here's the fair value gap I spoke about that was below the 50% mark, which is the one that was more likely to be traded to. All right, let's now see if we go and get those equal highs now that it's traded back into the fair value gap. All right, you should be out of your trap now. Thomas, did you survive? Oh, where was your entry at? You entered at, where's your enter at? Hmm. Yeah, Young. The market has been different these past couple days, coming off of the Wednesday bank holiday. I'm hoping that it can get its act together over the weekend and return normal next week. All right, let's see if it just retests the 8:30 open, and this is a sort of a floor that it's going to put in and see if we can get some higher prices. We started at 1 o'clock. We was right here at 20,000 flat. 1109. Okay, I see. All right, so not too far away. Yeah, we'll see if maybe the top of the hour will be kind to you. Maybe this next macro period when we get to 250, we'll start pushing price higher. All right, so our indices are all bullish at the moment. We got still 20 minutes in this hour, but it also looks like the dollar may be ready to take out a swing low, which could, at least for 30 minutes or an hour or so, prove the dollar to be bearish, which could be good for indices pushing higher. Oh man, running on a diesel generator right now. Okay, yeah, that's not good. Okay, I see what you're saying, Malad. Yep, it probably was. Yeah, Luke, this was definitely not one of the easier weeks. But that might be a great strategy there, just to kind of work your way back to where you began, try to get back to break even. Um, and I do know the most successful traders, that's generally how they, even when they're up, that's how they make their profit, is through small wins. Um, and what they normally do is they just go in with multiple contracts, and after 10 points, you take everything off except one. And so you have 200 or 300, whatever, profit per contract. And then you have one that runs. And if it doesn't run and it comes back to break even, then you walk away with your 200 per contract. So that's what a lot of people do. I don't know many people that are getting 40, 50, 80 point runs regularly, not without taking partials at anywhere from 10 to 20 point profit. Oh, okay. Yep. It's 2 ticks into profit when the first target is hit at 5 points. Yep. All right, Thomas, take care. Hopefully, your trade gets back up to where you at least break even. Good luck with that. But yeah, Thomas, I think we're all running out of steam here. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. And if I don't see a lot happening from price action, we're gonna cut at 3 o'clock and get our weekend going. And we'll come back next week. All right, so macros here now. You say best trading app? The name of the best trading app? I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. What I have on the screen here, this is a website called TradingView. They also have an app, but it's just a charting platform, so you can see all the charts, um, and you can demo trade if you like as well, um, and you can even log into some of your brokers if you have a broker account somewhere. But this is pretty popular as a trading platform. But there are multiple different types. I know some people use Thinkorswim. You have people using Ninja Trader, but I like using TradingView, so that's the one I'm using here. Is that what you're talking about? This charting platform that I'm using? All right, let's see if we get a push from here. I don't trade the Forex market, so I'm not sure which broker you can use, Naresh. I'm not sure. Yeah, Naresh, I'm not sure if you noticed, but we're trading futures on this channel here. So someone else will have to help you out with the Forex market. All right, so it looks like not a whole lot is happening between, I don't know what's going to happen between now and a few minutes after 4 o'clock. But I will be ending the stream today at 3. So we got about 5 minutes left. Any final questions or comments? If you could throw it in the chat now, let's go ahead and address that before we get off. Otherwise, everyone, enjoy your weekend. Definitely do something fun. Maybe back test a little bit, but mix in some fun if you can. Yeah. And everyone, if you can hit the like button on your way out, that would help out the channel tremendously. Just click the thumbs up button on your way out. And if you're brand new, you've never been here before, make sure you not like the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get invitations to all our future live streams. I'd love to have you come back and visit us again when price is a little bit more cooperative than it is right now. But yeah, if this is your first go at it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's see. What if we get a fair value gap within another fair value gap on different time frames? Okay, well, that makes it that much stronger. That's nice. No, we didn't. We didn't quite get there. We got close to Monday's low. Monday's low is at 19,904, I think. We got to 914. Let's go. I'll show you Monday's low. Monday's low is here. Yep. There we go. 904 flat. Oops. So we got close. Yeah, about 10 points away. About 10 points away from that low. All right, looks like we're finally getting a push. This trend line is holding. Yeah, DB, definitely. Hope to see you again next week. We'll be back at it Monday morning, 9:15, New York time. Again, if you could support the channel by clicking the thumbs up in the description, by liking the video, that would help out tremendously. All right, power hour, 3 o'clock. Yep. All right. How is Apex, by the way? I've heard they have changed the payout policy. I don't have any issues with Apex. I'm not sure what their policy was before, so I don't know what the changes have been. I just started using Apex about a month ago. All right, nice to see some bullish price action here. Let's see if that 8:30 open falls. All right, I was unable to push through that 8:30 open. So on that note, thank you all for all that you do. Thank you for this week, and we'll be back at it next week. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you all Monday morning. Take care, everyone. Cheers.